Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to be going over this long trade that I took down here, and I'm actually going to be using the bar replay tool to basically go back in time and show in real time how I planned for this trade and what I was seeing on Market Cipher that made me want to take it. Yeah, basically I'm just going to go ahead and go back in time to last night when I was planning for this trade. So I went back to about 7 p.m. yesterday, and basically what I was looking at when I was doing my TA was this little box of confluence right here. There was a golden pocket, the value area low of this range. We had a daily level, we had an NDPOC, and as you guys know, one of my favorite trade setups is these golden pockets at a value area low or a value area high. And if I go down to a lower time frame like the 12-minute and I start playing this, you can see that right here we did put in a little bottom above this level that I was watching. And on the 12-minute, we put in this very deep momentum wave here. And I really liked the look of this because, the momentum wave had already gone very deep and we were seemingly getting a little bounce. I was thinking if we can, come up a little bit, maybe bring this momentum wave up and then, we come back down for a lower low. This could make for a very nice bullish divergence here on the 12-minute time frame. So yeah, I was liking the fact that we, sort of got a little bounce right above the level that I was watching, gave us the potential for bull divs as we came down there. And so now I'll let this play a little bit more. And there we go, we just dipped right into my level. Now what are we seeing on Market Cipher? Well, the momentum wave is definitely forming a bullish divergence here. The momentum wave has gotten higher as the price has gotten lower, but this is still a bit iffy for me because, we just printed this red dot right here, and on the 12-minute, the money flow was continuing to get lower. So, this on its own definitely was not enough confirmation for me because, of course, there's a potential that we just keep on dropping and this momentum wave just ends up getting dragged out farther. Maybe we don't even form any bull divs. We could put in a lower low. So I essentially needed more confirmation than that. So I started checking the lower time frames, went down to the 6-minute. And right here is where things started to look pretty interesting. So we had the bullish divergence on the 6-minute as well. But we also had a very slight bullish div with the money flow here on the 6-minute. The money flow is actually increasing here. And so at this point, I'm starting to get a little bit more interested in the trade. Then I went down to the 3-minute, zoomed in a little bit more. And here, I'd say this 3-minute time frame is looking pretty nice. We got the bullish divergences, but more than that, we got, basically two bullish divergences here on the 3-minute. We got from this momentum wave to this momentum wave when we put in the lower low, and we also got this more local bullish div right here on the 3-minute from this low to that low. And again, on the 3-minute, the money flow was increasing. So the lower time frames were starting to give me my confirmations here. And then basically, I went down to the 1-minute, checked how the 1-minute was looking. The 1-minute was looking very nice. We saw direction with the momentum waves. We saw direction with money flow, both of them diverging from price action. And yeah, basically once I saw that we got the bullish divs on the 1-minute time frame as well, I figured, okay, that's enough confirmations for me. Now, when I took this trade, I was open to the fact that we could end up making another lower low. We did have some, key levels below us. We had this NDPOC. We had this daily level right at the 0.65 that we didn't tap yet. So I was, still aware of the fact that we could continue to come lower, but considering the bull divs on the 12-minute and down, the money flow bull divs on the 6-minute and down, that basically gave me enough confirmation to take a little scalp here. And I did use a little bit of a smaller position than I wanted to because I kind of had to set my stop down below this daily level because, I was kind of thinking we might come down for one last low off this daily. Yeah, instead of setting my stop right below that last low and sort of using the position size I wanted. I ended up using a bit of a smaller position size, giving myself a little bit more playing room with my stop. And so yeah, I basically entered that trade right there. And first thing I started doing was setting my take profits. So I pulled a fib from that last high we put in, pulled up the 382, and checked how far of a move that was. It was about a 0.75 move. So okay, that seems like a good spot for me to TP1. I front ran it a little bit. Usually for scalps, I like to TP1 at around 0.5% move, but since it was a bit smaller position size, I went with a little bit larger of a move there. I set some more TPs up at some of these fib levels, up at this daily level, and that's usually the way I like to TP. I like to set limit orders, taking out at least half of my original position, sometimes like 3/5 of my entire position, and I just have them stacked in limit orders. And then if we somehow just end up, ripping from my entry, then I'll have at least a little bit of the position left open. But yeah, then basically just let this play out, and you'll see, we didn't end up putting in a lower low. We got a little bounce from there. We started moving upwards, and yeah, I saw the money flow continuing to trend up on these lower time frames. So that was giving me, a bit of confidence that we may see a move here. Looks like we did actually form some very slight bear divs right here that I don't think I noticed. Yeah, basically at this point it was getting to be about 1 a.m. and I think I don't know exactly when I went to bed, probably somewhere around 12:30 or so. So I was actually asleep at this point. So that explains why I didn't notice that bear div right there. But let's keep on playing this. Actually, let's go to a higher time frame and let this play out. So letting it play out on the 24-minute, that bear div did bring us down a little bit. But yeah, we got that little bounce. The 12-minute money flow actually continued to trend downwards from there, but the 6-minute was sort of telling a different story. It was actually getting pretty thick once we started to get this move upwards. And yeah, basically, that brings us to right about current day. I'll just go ahead and exit out of this. So yeah, I mean, that is pretty much how I entered that trade right there. It all started with my plan to look for bullish divergences in this little box of confluence down here at the value area low, at the golden pocket. And when price got down there, we saw the confirmations I wanted to see. So basically my my criteria for my strategy was met. And I did have to adjust my plan a little bit. My plan was just in general to look for confirmations inside this box, but ideally, I mean, I kind of did want to come down to this NDPOC, but basically because my confirmations were met as we, just sort of dipped into the top of this box, and because, I didn't want to end up missing the trade because I was waiting for lower, I adjusted my plan. I took a little bit of a smaller position here, so I had a little bit less risk, so it was still fitting my, risk management. And, because of it, I ended up getting a winning trade here. Let's see, right now from my entry, we're up about 0.7%. And I am targeting a little bit higher here. We do have a lot of confluence right up in this area here, where we pretty much have the previous range support now turned into resistance. We got a weekly level up there, an NDPOC, and if I take the volume of this little range up here, sure the value area low is coming in somewhere right around there. So yeah, I got my eyes on this box right here. I've got some more TPs set above me. Hopefully this video can sort of help in some way show how you can adjust your plans depending on what you see. One of the things I struggled with in the beginning when trading is how do I know if these confirmations that I'm seeing are valid? How do I know if the confirmations that I'm seeing are indicating, that the bottom is in, or are these confirmations indicating that the bottom is coming soon? And the truth is, you never really know. You never know for sure. We could have formed bull divs here and then still ended up making another lower low. and that happens a lot. But basically just looking at a lot of different time frames, looking at the smaller time frames to try and predict what the larger time frames are going to be looking like, using the momentum waves and the money flow to sort of gauge whether the medium term time frames are going to bottom out soon or not. If that bull div is going to be valid, it's hard to tell sometimes, but sometimes the smaller time frames can really help you understand what the medium or larger term time frames are going to do. And the more I've been trading, the more I've sort of gotten a feel to it. Um, this was sort of a tough trade to take, even though pretty much all my confirmations were met. Um, it was still a little tough. There's never going to be a really easy trade to take. But yeah, other than that, I'm watching, this zone for resistance. We still got some, resistances above us that I am watching if we end up getting a large pump here. I think this NDPOC down here could still make for a nice long if we end up making a lower low here. So I'm watching that level for support. And then if we kind of lose this area, I guess we're going to be losing this little range that we've been forming on top of this range here. So then we're going to be, I guess, looking for some lower levels. But yeah, that is pretty much all I wanted to go over today. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I really appreciate the support, and I'll see you all in my next one. Peace.